I'm Jen with Jenn Guthrie Photography. I am a wedding and portrait photographer in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been in business since 2011. I specialize in weddings, families, and newborn photography, and I love my job so much. I would say that my brand is really real and candid and romantic. My images are kind of light and airy. I'm not a very bold or contrasty photographer. I really don't like to add a lot of editing or any kind of effects or anything like that to my photos. I really just try to focus on getting to know my clients, and in doing that, I'm able to capture moments for them that reflect them personally instead of just taking pretty pictures. So although I do like the lighter, airy style, I really try to feel like my style is just capturing real moments instead of just kind of having people say smile.
My name is Brent Culbertson, and Jen is my fiance. We've worked together for 3 years. I've been her second shooter. Working with Jen is a fun but also rewarding experience. Shooting weddings is one of the most probably stressful days for a bride and groom, but Jen is able to make it fun.
I am Aubrey Latos, and I am Jen's second shooter. I've been working with Jen for about a year now. My job description with Jenn Guthrie Photography would be second shooting on weddings. Sometimes I assist her during her family sessions or newborn sessions, and I also blog and do album designs. My favorite part of working for Jen would probably be wedding day details. I love to help set up the shot, finding flowers or the lace and the veils and all the sparkly details. I love to just set them up and make them look artistic. And also whenever the mom is helping the bride get ready, it's just something about that mom and daughter connection and getting her all ready to see her groom and just the smiles on their face, and you can really feel the love in the room.
On a wedding day, I have to make sure that I'm efficient and that I get my job done so that the whole night stays on track, and so I have to do so in a courteous and professional manner. When I typically show up to a wedding, the first thing I do is run up to my bride and give her the biggest hug ever and tell her that she's beautiful, because nothing is more beautiful than a bride on her wedding day. And I go up to her and I say hello and ask her how she's feeling, and I immediately get started with detail shots. So the first thing I usually do is hang up her dress and get pictures of that. I photograph the bouquets, the rings, any jewelry that she wants photographed, and so I go through and I do all of the details. And then usually I will kind of bop in and out and photograph her getting ready and finishing with hair and makeup, and I will head over to see the groom and grab some shots of him, you know, getting ready with all of his groomsmen as well, and make sure that I get the bride getting in her dress. And then usually it's time for the ceremony by this point, unless they've done a first look, which is one of my favorite things to do on a wedding day as well. I will have the bride and groom see each other for a private romantic moment for the first time. And it just kind of gives them a moment to relax and say what they want to say to each other before all the chaos of the wedding day really begins. Then I'll usually photograph the bridal party as well. If not, then we'll go right into the ceremony. And then I usually follow immediately with family formals, finish with the full bridal party had they not done the first look. And then I usually like to try to steal the bride and groom for at least 15 minutes or so and just pull them away to get those romantic shots of the two of them. And really any time left over for that is just going to be reception time. I always, of course, photograph the first dances and speeches, cake cutting, garter and bouquet if they do that, and then I really love to try to do the last dance. It's just one of my favorite parts of the wedding day. I clear the entire room so that there's nobody in there except for me and my second shooter and the couple, and then we have them play one last song for them to dance to at the end of the night. And it's just a really romantic and personal time, and usually I can get some really cool shots, and it's really sweet. After that, really the only thing that's left is their exit. A lot of brides down here in Jacksonville love to do sparklers. Some do bubbles and other things too, but usually that's pretty much the rundown of the whole wedding day. Some of the things that I do on the wedding day besides photography are bustling dresses, putting boutonnieres on groomsmen. I feel like sometimes I act as a planner too when I'm trying to make the timeline of the day to make sure that everything runs smoothly. I would say that owning my own business has just allowed me to really focus on what I want to do instead of having to work a job that I don't want to go to. I look forward to going to work every day, and I get excited to be able to just capture memories for people and create beautiful pictures.
With Jen owning her own business, it gives her the flexibility to create her own schedule. And since she opened her studio, I know she's definitely got a lot more clients based on the fact that she has a storefront.
I work all the time. Even on my days off, I have a phone that blows up with emails from inquiring brides and clients, and it's just kind of a never-ending cycle. But I can't work a 9 to 5. I need to be able to sleep in and stay up late. That's just my life. Owning a business makes that possible.
I feel like since Jenn has opened her studio, it has definitely given her a higher level of professionalism, and it is something that's definitely taken her business to the next level, and it's a great workspace, and her clients love coming in and seeing how cute it is as well.
So when you first walk into my studio, this is just kind of my waiting room. A lot of times when I'm photographing newborn babies, I have to keep the studio like 80-85 degrees, because if the babies are cold, they're not going to sleep. So the area over there, which is the shooting area, gets really, really warm. And so a lot of times my clients will want to wait in here just because it's not as hot and they can just kind of relax. Most of the dads will take a nap. And I also have a refrigerator here with cold drinks so that hormonal moms don't pass out on me. So this is just kind of the waiting area, and of course I have a few pictures on display and the reminder for my clients to not take any pictures while I'm taking pictures. And if you come this way, this is the shooting area. So when I am ready for a session, I will have a beanbag set up over here for posing, and I have a white floor and a dark wood floor set up over here too. The things that I'll usually do there are buckets and props and all kinds of fun shots with the babies. Sometimes when I have 1-year-olds come in here, I will set up my backdrop stand over this way instead of the beanbag, and we will pull down some seamless backdrop paper and we smash cakes. So there will be cake all over everywhere. So that's fun. Over this way is where I keep all of my props. My cart of necessities during a newborn session. So I have stuff in here for posing, wipes, cute little teddy bears and diapers, and of course hand sanitizer, which is super important so that we can make sure that we keep everything clean around newborns who don't really have an immune system. These are all of my buckets, and actually this is not all of them. This is a very small portion of the ones that I use very often. The Easter basket, because it was just Easter. And then here I just have a few, an entire collection of outfits, and these are girl bonnets, boy bonnets, all kinds of headbands for posing. I have a couple little flower halos over here. My heaters, just to make sure we keep baby nice and toasty during the session. This shelf over here, I have a ton of wraps for posing and for swaddling baby. And these are my shelves down here with a lot of my little newborn outfits. Sometimes when I have to photograph multiples, I have to have something that matches for both of them. And this is my blanket and fur wall. Down here I have all of my big furs. These are little basket stuffing furs. They're kind of smaller in size instead of like a huge rug, just kind of stuff in the basket. These are all of my posing fabrics. So I will do all of the cute little poses, and where they go like this and where they go like this and get their legs all contorted. And then these are just a few for my cake smashes for a couple different banners to hang in the background. And then of course up there I have just a few extra cake stands in case mom forgets to bring one with her. I love my job, but there are hard parts that I wish I could do without. Some of those things might be a lot of the editing that I have to do. I don't mind editing, but it's definitely not my favorite part just because it takes so much time, and I'd rather be out there with my clients shooting and having fun. I would say that I think my favorite part is probably when I have a client who's one of my brides and then they have babies and then they bring them to me and I get to continue to watch the family grow throughout the years and just to see them become a family and continue to work with me.
Favorite shoot would probably be a wedding we did in Costa Rica. And we went on a destination wedding at a beach. You know, it was one of those things where you never think that our job would take us to Costa Rica, but it did. So it was a lot of fun.
Jen is just one of those people that you meet that it's so easy to make a connection because she is so kind and so loving, and she has a big heart and is someone that whenever you're around, it just completely changes the atmosphere in the room.
Very proud of Jen and what she's done in the last couple of years and been able to produce such an amazing business, and she does a great job.
The most rewarding part of my job is absolutely that I feel like this is my purpose. And I think that someday when I'm no longer around, that all of these pictures and everything that I put my whole heart into making and preserving memories for people, it's not just something that is going to be around for a short period of time. I'm creating memories that people are going to look for years and years and years to come. And just knowing that that's my mark, that's something that I'll live on forever, even long after I'm gone, is priceless to me. And it's super rewarding, and it's my purpose. I was put on this earth to be a photographer. I'm just thankful that I get to do this job.